Hello, good evening, sir. We can start the session, sir. Okay, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
A minute. Just a minute. These are the topics we have covered during this module. First, introduction to consultant services. So, under which I have discussed many things. Difference between consultant services with the other procurements, objective and type of consultancy services, types of consultants.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry for the disturbing.
Yeah,
Is it
okay.
sharing the PPT?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
This is the schedule I am talking. It is a Word document. Can you see that?
No, sir. We can see still on the folder,
Ah,
inside of the
ah,
folder. It's
right.
not sharing the Word document.
Okay. Now, how about that?
Still no, sir.
Still no. I'm just talking session plan. This one? Now okay?
No, sir. We can't see the Word document.
Can't. Why?
Yes, sir. We can see only inside of the folder. There are some documents like something.
Now I shared that. Why?
I think, sir, it's not opening it.
Okay. We'll go this way.
So can you try again? Stop
Yeah.
sharing and yeah, then we'll be fine.
Now I'll do first session. Start from the first session here. Now it's okay? Huh?
No, sir, document we can't see.
No, not the Word document, PowerPoint presentation.
No, sir.
Why?
So can you try entire screen sharing?
Okay. Now,
No, sir.
not yet. Right?
No, sir.
Nandini?
Others, is it similar to you?
Yes, we can't see.
Can't see. Why? Now,
No, sir.
what is the problem?
The fold
So,
is visible. Only the fold is visible.
is visible. Why? Because the way I did same way. No? Nandini.
Sir, සර්ගේ ඩොකියුමන්ට් එක මැෂින් එක ඕපන් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ.
නෑ දැන් ඒක අයින් වුණා මම. ඒකෙන් අයින් වෙලා මම PowerPoint එකේ ඉන්නේ.
හරි. සර් එහෙනම් සර් ස්ක්‍රීන් ෂෙයා එක ඔෆ් කරලා ආයි ස්ක්‍රීන් ෂෙයා දෙනකොට PowerPoint එක පෙන්නයි සර් වෙනම සෙල් එකක. ඒක ක්ලික් කරන්න සර්.
ඉන්න පොඩ්ඩක්.
හරි.
දැන් පෙන්නයි.
No.
Yes sir. Now we can see the PowerPoint presentation.
Right. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay, this is the okay. Can you see them?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It
sir.
is well now.
Okay,
we
this
can.
okay. This is the first presentation I did to you, introductory part. Now you know the meaning of consultancy procurement, right? I have done introductory part. The term consultant include wide variety of entities, including international and national consulting organizations, various type of expert services we are obtaining under consultancy. And again, I discussed consultancy services are professional advice and guidance provided by experts to help businesses. So various things, right? You understand that. As a definition, I said consulting services are the provisions of expertise or strategic advice that is presented for consideration and decision making. And what is the purpose according to the guideline? Consulting services are used to help clients. This is the word I use for consulting service. Two parts, client and the consultant, identify problems, develop solutions, and implement changes to improve their operations or overall performance. Right? The objectives as spelled out the guideline, number of objectives, need for high quality. That is the most important word I use when we say consulting service. I said the most important point is the quality, not the cost always, right? Some methods we consider cost, but the quality is paramount. And standard, maximizing economy, timeliness, and efficiency like our works goods procurement. The procurement process should be efficient and timely and economy, etc. The need to give best qualified consultants an opportunity. That's why best qualified firms. That's why we call EOI expression of interest, and we do shortlisting. I said that you have undergone the assignment also, different donor agencies or foreign funding agencies. Shortlisting is different, number of shortlisted. That means the best consultants, right? Not unlike works goods, we limit the shortlisted firms because we want the best qualified consultants to compete each other. I said, if we put lousy or weak firms with best firms will not submit their RFP. They express their interest to submit RFP, because they know the lousy firms, the weak firms will get the consultancy contract on a small or the low budget. So therefore, they don't want to compete with weak firms. Since the consultancy is intangible services, so always we must keep in mind, we consider the quality of the service they provide. Therefore, best consultants we must allow. And various local laws, that is okay. Ensure transparency. That means when we do the consultancy selection process, we must be very transparent like our normal procurement. Whenever necessary, we have to do advertising, and the committee should be independent, and all should be transparent, evaluation and selection procedure, etc. We learn that also. Focus on anti-corruption and ethics, okay. Confidentiality, okay. Those are the things we discussed. I said again, consultant may be a consulting firm where we call several consultants or an individual consultant. There are two types of consultant, but the common word we use is a consultant. Various type we gave and examples, policy, restructuring, capacity, various things are there. And I gave the difference between works goods and consultancy. Consultancy are knowledge based, not product based. And shortlist, that means we limit the competition, right? That is not pre-qualification. Pre-qualification we use for complex works goods contract. All the pre-qualified firms or contractor suppliers we allow to bid. But consultant service, we shortlist we limit the competition in such a manner to get the best qualified firms for the competition. Price play a minor role, not a major role. Because even though we consider under some method like QCBS, etc., but here the price plays a major role, not minor, major role. That is a big difference. So if I ask a question, the difference between procurement services and other works and goods, you should be able to give all facts. This is public bid opening, public. You all know public bid opening, public opening of bids. Here, non-public opening of technical proposals. Technical proposal, non-public. Need not to open in the presence of the bidders. But financial proposal, public opening. Here also, financial public opening. In case of works goods, we have detailed specifications. Here, what we have is terms of reference. It's like a specification. We spelled out what we need, what we expect. This is single stage procedure. Normally, there are two stage also, but this is two stage where two envelope. Two envelope procedure always. Two envelope procedure always. That means we never call consultancy proposal single envelope. Here, single envelope. I mean, stage single envelope. Single envelope. Single envelope, you know, both the price and technical proposals are in one envelope. At the opening, they open all, but they disclose only some information about the prices and all. But to envelope procedure adapted for consultancy, we don't open the technical proposal publicly, as we mentioned, and the committee can open, but they open the financial proposal publicly, those who are qualified. Okay. Negotiations exceptionally. Negotiation is only exceptional, not always. But this is normally negotiation is there. But don't take the wrong idea. I think we have undergone the negotiation presentation also. There are some limitations for negotiations, right? We negotiate some points, especially when we have considered the cost aspect into the evaluation like QCBS, we never negotiate the price aspect, but other aspect, work plan, methodology, the staff arrangement, everything we can discuss, but price is not generally negotiated. So keep in your mind and note down, you should be able to differentiate consultancy procurement with other procurement. Maybe a short note or some other body in the question, exam questions. You should be especially identify the main changes. When I ask a question like that, say based on the marks, you should give at least couple of facts. For example, if say 5 marks is given for the question, you should at least mention 3, 4 facts at least, not 1 or 2. Okay, this I don't want to discuss this one. Selection method. I am telling you again, you should be able to understand and explain the different selection methods to select firms and different methods to select individual consultants. Number one. And you should be able to explain what are the main consideration of that method. For example, what is the what is the essential characteristics or essential components of least cost selection, for example, quality and cost base. So my point is, very briefly, very concisely, you should be able to explain the method. What is QCBS means? How we select firms under QCBS, and under what situation, third point, and then what situation these methods are more suitable. For example, we cannot use QCBS always, or QBS, quality-based selection, always, or least cost selection, always. I have given some examples. Please keep in mind, you should be explained under which situation these different methods are suitable. So these are the methods. In addition to main 6 method, QCBS, QBS, FBS, etc., and single source selection. Sometimes the World Bank said direct selection, and ADB also was. And different particular type of consultant, those are additional points. And individual consultants. There are 2 methods: individual consultant competitive and individual consultant single source or direct approach, right? So those are the methods. Okay, be prepared. Any question on this area? Because you will get a question from this part. Particular type or those additional points, universities, also some. Okay.
So excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah, you said that there are some characteristic
Oh,
we
for
need to
each
do.
method. Yeah, each
Yeah.
method.
we need to be taken into what are that?
For example, what is the methodology of least cost selection? How we select consultants under least cost selection? Anybody can answer? You or anybody? We say least cost selection means what? How we select consultants under least cost selection? I gave some examples also. Can you remember? Okay. What is the characteristic or methodology or procedure under QCBS? Tell me how we select consultants.
Those who have obtained the more combined marks will be selected.
That is okay, but first they consider the technical marks and see whether they have obtained the minimum marks. We have disclosed in the RFP. We say minimum technical mark should be 70 or something. Those who have got 70 or more will be considered, and we consider their price also. Then we calculate using the formula, the combined marks. Then the highest firm will be selected. Okay.
If we have put the combined marks, we will consider, then the price proposal also considers.
Yeah. Because the thing is, I gave an example.
Sir,
Say,
that no need to mention because we have mentioned the combined marks will be considered. Combined mark, when the combined marks are considered.
No. So can you remember the example? Supposing a firm has got very low marks for technical part, right? But the very low price, right? Then considering both aspects, they will reach the minimum marks, right? Say 70 or something. But if they are not technically qualified, the marks we mention in the technical part, right? Technical marks is the marks we consider as the cutoff marks, right? Say quality-based selection you consider. We give marks for technical proposal. We never consider the price marks, no? So those who have got more than the cutoff mark, go or no go, then we consider those are eligible consultants, but out of which the highest technical score will be selected. No? So quality and cost base, we give marks, quality marks. Supposing one firm got 65, another firm goes 70, another firm 85. Can we consider 65%? We have not considered their price marks yet. Can we consider that 65 firm into the competition?
No.
No. So we remove that. Those who got more than 70 or up, we consider. Then we calculate their price marks also. Then we consider the combined marks. Combined marks, highest marks we select. That's all. Those are definitely more than minimum there, no? Okay, we'll go back to the example again. Okay, so my point is, these 6 methods, especially firms, you should be able to explain what is the selection method or criteria or selection process, right? Under fixed budget, how we select, under least cost, how we select, CQS, how we select, simple, same things like that. Okay, now clear?
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay, so price as a factor, QCBX fixed by least cost, technical evaluation first, price as a factor second, negotiation limit inputs. Okay, we'll see example. Individual consultant we discussed enough. Selection process I'm not going to do, but another thing, you definitely get another question on evaluation, right? Evaluation of consultancy proposals. So you should be able to explain the evaluation process or consultancy evaluation process. What is the starting point? What is the end point? For example, you have to say to select a firm, you have to advertise. You have to advertise expression of interest. Right, in local things we can publish on newspapers, but international thing I think we have to publish in websites, international website like DG Market, Development Gateway, and various sources are there. Whatever it is, we have to advertise. And before that, we must prepare the TOR, or TOR should be prepared, no, otherwise we can't advertise. And we have to prepare the budget. No, then you should be explained step by step. For example, you are asked to give a report or educate the head of the department or the officials, the selection process. You need this type of consultancy and explain the step by step you should follow. So as I said, publish EOI and various other information, and then you receive proposals. Then before proposal receive, you have to conduct a pre-bid conference, I said, and the consultants are allowed to give their ideas on TOR and various RFP documents. Then we close proposals and we shortlist consultants. We issue RFP only to shortlisted consultants. Then they will submit their proposal. Then only we conduct conference. Conference we conduct only those who got the RFP. No, so we conduct a pre-bid conference and we close proposals and open. Under opening, we say these are the proposals they have received, technical and financial. So some minimal information we disclose at the opening. Then the committee, consultant selection committee, do the evaluation. You have undergone how evaluation is done. Whatever it is, once based on the method, we select differently, QCBS, QBS, etc. Finally, we can have a negotiation, right? Before that, we'll have to have appeal process also. After that, we negotiate and sign the contract, right? So those are the generally steps. You can study your material again. Evaluation process, irrespective of the method, but based on the method, the process differs. For example, CQS method, consultants qualification selection, we advertise EOI based on shortlisting. The best rank number one will be issued RFP, only one firm. So those are the changes you must study. Okay. Any question regarding the evaluation process? Okay. So
Where we need to mention the evaluation process irrespective of firm or individual consultants.
so basically, firm. Basically, we are under go on the firm selection. You can mention when we select individual consultant, this is the method. But if the question asks the spelled out the step-by-step procedure you should follow to recruit a consulting firm. Normally, that is the most important area. No? Individual consultant is a minor area of consultancy. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Since there are differences in the process for QCS, QCBS,
Yeah.
So can we just write on QCBS and mention the differences in the
No, you need based on the time and the marks allocated. I mean, you can generally mention the process, but if the question asks particularly what is the evaluation process of QBS, then you have to stick to particularly QCBS or QBS. General process you should understand. Special procedure you should follow under different method if the question asks. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So you are comfortable with that. Individual consultants, we said we call 3 CVs, right, under which you should advertise that based on the period and the amount, etc. You read out that. Single source selection is also there for individual consultant, right? And another thing we learn different types of consultancy contracts. I said there are 5 types. Lump sum contract. What are the other types? Tell me. Different types of consultancy contract we signed with the selected firm.
Time-based.
Time-based, yes. Lump sum and time-based too. What else?
Percentage.
Measure and pay.
Percentage, yes.
Measure and pay.
Percentage, yes. Number 3.
Success fee contracts.
Yeah, success fee contract, yes.
Indefinite delivery.
Indefinite delivery contract. So,
And individual contracts.
yeah, now for these 5 method for firms, right? Again, you should be able to explain under what situation we use these different types of consultancy contract. So, for example, time-based we use under what situation? Lump sum, percentage, indefinite delivery, especially I said that is very specialized service. Okay, you read. And individual consultants contract, not always we write an agreement with the individual consultant if the value is high according to guidelines, the present guidelines. If the value is more than 1 million only, you need to have a written contract agreement with the individual consultant. All other cases, what we do? If you are not signing an agreement with the individual consultant, what methodology or what document we use? How to document the agreement between client and the consultant? You forget that? Here I have mentioned a letter of appointment, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, letter of appointment. That means administrative. We just issue a letter, Mr. You have been assigned this one, and your payment is this much. Something like that. A letter of appointment. Not always we need a written agreement like lump sum or whatever, right? But in big cases, we have to have a same type of consultancy contract for individual consultant also. Maybe lump sum, maybe time-based, whatever. Right. These are the, yeah.
The consultancy, the selection process, that
Yeah.
means just after selecting consultant,
Yeah.
we are not used to have the performer bonds. Why don't
now consultancy contract also we have a performance, no performance security, we have insurance policy, right?
professional indemnity security?
Yeah, indemnity, professional indemnity is an insurance policy, especially for firms. As I said, they should cover the entire consultancy contract by giving a insurance policy. Because if they do some gross gross negligence, then we have to claim from the insurance company the damage. Okay. Okay. Right. This is the steps I said you must be keep in your mind. Prepare terms of reference, budgeting, advertise for expression of interest, prepare long list, and selection, determine and confirm selection procedure, prepare long list and short list both. First long list, then short list. Not always we use the long list, but it is the list you get all consultants together is a long list, out of which we give the short list, right? Because that word is important, long list. Sometimes we can call a long list from a foreign funding agency. I said, right? Without advertising by ourselves, because there are very specialized things. We can start our process. I mean, TOR and estimate we must do. Without advertising, sometimes we can get down a long list and do the short listing. Right? Then we have to prepare and issue RFP, request for proposal, is important, and you should be able to. There's another area, important area of consultant, like bidding documents. What are the contents and information of the RFP? I think, have you done that? I didn't see any presentation on RFP. Anybody did the RFP? Yes or no? Anybody discuss about the request for proposal?
No, sir.
No, okay. Then I will not ask question on RFP, but other words are important. No, invitation, letter of invitation, okay, TOR, etc. So evaluation, I said you have to undergo evaluation process. Then this is no objection is involved only for bank foreign funding. Say open and evaluate financial proposal after technical negotiation. In between, there's another process.
So, excuse me.
Yes.
The material with regarding TOR we have been not given.
I gave some information, right? I gave some presentation. My last presentation, I discussed TOR. In addition to your previous presentation, I discussed TOR, all the examples I gave. You didn't get that?
Oh, okay. It is in our custody. In addition to that, we have been delivered the lectures, but the lecture material with regarding that are not being given.
Okay, that is up to the presenter, that is Mrs. Sunitra. I don't want to comment on that, but anyway, I have given information. You can discuss with Nanduni and all. If possible, you can get that presentation also, 2 presentation of Sunitra, Mrs. Okay, whatever it is, after this thing, negotiation and notify unsuccessful bidders, that means for appeal process, right? Okay. And you should be very familiar with the shortlisting procedure, right? How to shortlist consultants. I said there are 2 methods. We shortlist limited number, 6 or 8 or whatever, right? Yeah, I have discussed some point regarding the RFP contents of our letter of invitation. That is information to consultant and consultant data sheet. Forms, right? That is forms means technical forms. and financial forms. Right? If you are interested in this area, you can just go through the guideline also, you can learn. TOR is part of the RFP. Contract, proposed contract, lump sum or whatever, these are the important materials or component of the RFP. Okay. TOR I have discussed on 2 occasions. First, introductory part, we discussed the essential components of a TOR, background, objectives, etc. Say, this is the technical evaluation, general criteria. So we allocate marks, specific experience, low marks we have given. Why? 0 to 10. Methodology we have given high marks, maximum of 50 based on the assignment. Qualification of key staff, again high marks. These 2 components are important. All others are not important, much important. Transfer of knowledge not always a matter. If the training is a component, we can give maximum 10 marks. National consultants compete with international, we give 10 marks maximum. So therefore, you understand the marks basically on methodology and staff. All right. So there are sub-criterion also. I mean, you have learned that. I also have given how we give 10 marks, various points we consider. How we give marks for methodology, various points we consider. How we give college staff high marks, there are various considerations. Transfer of knowledge, how we give marks. Actually, I have discussed in the introductory part everything, right? National consultants, because especially developing countries, the international donor agency also consider this when developing country firms compete with international firms. Developing country people get some additional mark like domestic preference, but we don't use the word domestic preference. Say participation of national consultants, right? Financial evaluation, we have discussed under QCBS and various methods. Individual consultant also we discussed. I don't want to repeat everything. Role of foreign funding agency, also you should understand, especially consultancy, because most of the consultancy assignment come from donor funding. We have local funding also, but majority, therefore, they are subject to donor review, prior review and post review, right? You should know. Yeah, this is the evaluation process again. In addition to our step, this is the flow chart. TOR, cost estimate, publish COI, prepare long list, prepare short list, prepare and issue RFP, receipt of proposal, receipt close proposals, evaluation, technical evaluation of quality, both negotiation, and in between you can add the appeal process also. But I mean, now you are familiar. I gave the list, I gave the flow chart also. Advertising shortly, those are details, how we do that. This you must read again, how the advertising. Yeah, this shortlisting, yeah. 2 methods I said to shortlist. Yeah. Shortlisting, there are 2 methods. One method, eliminating those obviously unsuitable. Obviously unsuitable we remove. That is one method. The select the most likely one is another method, right? So if you get a question on shortlisting, you should be able to explain two methods and the procedure. So shortlisting, I have given a lot of information. All relevant to shortlist. I don't want to read out everything now. Evaluation criteria again coming. I have given more detailed information about evaluation as an introductory. Yeah. I have given some examples. A qualifying mark in the range of 65 to 75. That is the cutoff marks. Qualifying mark, cutoff mark, different names we give. Cutoff marks. O, go, O, no go. All qualifying marks, cutoff mark, go or no go marks means the minimum technical mark, right? Any technical problem with score below, any technical problem, the person who asked the question now understand. Any technical proposal with score below this threshold is rejected. Now, got the point? Earlier somebody asked, combined marks is a different, yeah. Non-responsive technical proposal shall be rejected. Yes, non-responsive technical proposal. Because we always consider shall be rejected regardless of whether there is a pass or fail threshold.
Sir, cutoff mark is minimum 65. That means those who fall down in between 65 to 75 can be taken.
Yeah, that depends. That depends on the assignment. But the minimum we can go according to all guidelines is 65. It doesn't mean we have to use 65 always. We normally use 70, 75. 70 is okay, average. In between 65 to 75, we don't lower the technical mark less than 65, or we don't increase the technical mark more than 75 also. We never put 80, 85, something like that for technical marks. Because if that, only few firms will be left with the evaluation. Got the point? 65 is the minimum. Yeah. Specific experience. This area, I think, even though you have not got Mrs. Sunetra's presentation, I think I have given a lot of information about the evaluation process. So you can follow this. So I have discussed methodology and everything relevant to the evaluation. Qualification of staff, how we give marks for staff. Yeah, all points are relevant. Transfer of knowledge, national participation, all are relevant in the evaluation of technical proposals. So I have given some table setting evaluation criteria and under different example. Technical assistance, something, how we can give marks. Investment studies, design work, supervision work, general idea you can get. In the introductory part, I have covered basically the entire syllabus, basically. How we set evaluation criteria, all relevant to evaluation part. Weighting, all. Okay, that's all I have to discuss the first one. Then, second one is relevant from Mrs. Sunetra. Oh, yeah, Sunetra. I got down her presentation.
Sir, excuse me.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
I am little confused about the LCS, least cost method, the technical proposal.
Okay,
Whether we
okay,
consider or not.
okay. First, consider least cost method means we give marks to technical and technical marks. Supposing based on the evaluation criteria, sub-criteria, we give marks for proposal, right? One firm gets 68, another firm gets 82, another firm gets 70, another firm gets 90, whereas our cutoff mark is 70. How many firms are technically qualified? 3 firms. 68 is not qualified. Okay.
Yes, sir, yes.
Then look at their prices.
So 68 can be taken.
No. We have mentioned in the RFP minimum is 70.
Okay.
If you have mentioned 65, it's okay, but generally we say 70. So one firm is disqualified. Out of 3, those who have got more than 70 are qualified. But we select the lowest cost man out of 3. Okay?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yeah. Now I just show, I don't know whether you can download this one or not.
Although the maximum marks getting consultant probably cannot be selected if they have been quoted in the highest.
Yeah. And the least cost, yes, because we can't select, supposing one firm has got 90 marks, right? But his cost is a little bit higher than the person who have got 70, just 70, and he has put low cost, say minimum cost. Whereas the best firm has got 90, but their price is high. But we can't select the best firm. Okay? We select the least cost firm. Yeah.
Yeah, when we come to the fixed budget selections.
Fixed budget selection, we disclose the budget in the RFP. We say our budget is 20 million, for example. Okay. In such a situation, no firm will bid more than 20. They know definitely they will be rejected. No? So which firm we select again? 68, 82, 70, 90. Which firm we select? Under fixed budget, all firms have quoted less than 20. Tell me.
90.
Highest
Yes,
technical mark for.
Yeah, 90. Yes, correct. 90. 90, that should be below 20, but it is not the least cost, right? Maybe 19 million or 19.5 million. Say 82 man given price 15 million. 70 man given some price, 14 million, no, whatever. 68 man has given 12 million. Which firm will select? The firm which has got the highest technical points within the budget. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Clear.
Now you talk about the TOR which Sunetra Samrakon discussed. I have got through the management. I don't know whether it is available to you or not. That is up to you. The developing the TOR. What she has said, understand your requirement, part of a contract, yes, not to duplicate TOR scope of service, activities, language, legal, terminology, clarity, everything we have given individual versus firm, anywhere through a firm, all general points. Consultancy organization versus individual, I have also discussed. Competitive process to be followed, we have discussed. The TOR shall be prepared by the client or by an independent consultant. That is the point I said. Sometimes we have to hire consultants to prepare the TOR. I said, we can, if we have the knowledge, we can prepare. Client means our officers. Client means government officers, right? But perhaps we have to hire an independent consultant, individual consultant, or firm sometimes. Sometimes a firm, because some very complicated assignments are there. Generally, we can go with an individual person. So my point is that preparation of TOR is very important. Just imagine the preparation of specification of a flyover, huge flyover. Specification, just the word specification, but it contains a lot of technical things, no? So therefore, our engineer in the office or technical officer in the office cannot develop the specification document because our knowledge is limited. Similarly, if we consider huge consultancy service, the development of TOR is another expert job. That's what we have mentioned here. The TOR shall define clearly the objective, goals, and scope. I discuss all things. You can just go through this one if it's available or my one. Outline of the TOR, background, purpose of the assignment, duration and location, scope of work, training, if the transfer of knowledge is a part, detailed outputs, very important thing. Various reports you expect, schedule of deliveries, because this is very important of the TOR in addition to other, because what we expect from consultants is given here. Data, various things, all things, institutional arrangement, but the services we give to the consultant. Sample format for a TOR, background, objective, scope of service. This is important, I think. Deliverables, this is a format. Various information. Client inputs, what we give. Composition of the review committee to monitor consultant work. Procedure for review of outputs.
Sir, excuse me.
Yes.
Are you sharing?
I have already shared. I don't know. You have to ask from the management because that is unethical for me to give this information.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you are available, I don't mind. I don't want to comment on that. So this is the format she has used. Cost estimate, duration, everything is given in this cost estimate. Cost estimate I discuss quite lengthy.
Are you sharing the screen?
I am sharing on this screen. I don't know. Yes, you see this document, no?
No, sir, no.
It's not visible.
Oh. Please don't put me in embarrassed situation. So I don't want to share this thing. Okay. Let I have copied to my folder. Let Nanduni, are you there?
So we don't know why they are not prepared to share the document with us.
I don't know. That is none of my problem. Because I want to discuss with you, then I will share with you. Now you can see the document.
Now, okay, sir. Now. visible.
Okay. You manage. The thing is, TOR, all the parts, components. Here, TOR, all information is here. Outline of TOR. This is a sample format we were discussing. And the different components. Yeah, up to now. Cost estimate. And the cost estimate, I also give some information. Key expert remuneration, non-key expert remuneration, reimbursable expenditure, various components are there, reimbursable expenditure, various cost components. Contingency is also there. That is important point. That means like works goods, various works, variation, contingency, provision is also there in the estimate. Is contingency required in a contract? Physical contingency of price contingency, right? So time-based contract, this type of contract is appropriate when, I have discussed that, right? You can refer. All things I don't want to discuss much. Setting technical proposal criteria, I also have discussed. Evaluation criteria, points I have discussed, she also has discussed. You can go through this specific, how we can give marks, right? Yeah. The same example she also has given. Right, that's all she has shared. I share the another one. Then Sunita number 2. Sharing. Can you see this second one also? Yes or no?
Yes, we can see.
Yes.
Okay. That's what second presentation on evaluation. Key points to be considered when evaluating technical proposal. Different from evaluating goods and works, yes. What are the differences here? Procure the product in goods. Select the contractor to perform as specified by the employer. Selection of an expert to suggest most appropriate solution to a problem. Not a mathematical exercise, yes, because we should give very high consideration of the technical aspect. Should be evaluated as disclosed in the RFP, yes. Evaluating criteria, we have to spell it out. Then all consultant will understand how they get marks. So we say staff 40 marks, and the methodology 30 marks, something like that. They will understand. Then and sub-criterion we normally don't give, but you learn how we can give marks to team leader and etc. Should be compared with the requirement defined RFP. Okay, all are relevant here. Again, the same thing, earlier presentation also. For example, key professional staff, qualification and competence for the assignment. So we have given 50 marks. For example, key staff. How 50 marks is allocated? Team leader, 10 marks. Highway engineer, financial specialist, design engineer, social development, environment, procurement specialist, all marks. So again, we give marks, they are general out of 10, they are general qualification 30. That means out of 10, 3 marks. Adequacy for assignment 60, that means 6 marks. Experience in region 10 marks, 1 mark. You see, that is a good point to learn. Everybody please consider. So we have allocated, I said key staff is a very important component of technical, because there are 2 things I said, methodology and key staff. I got, she has explained Total points for criteria number 3, key professional, 50. How the 50 considered? Team leader and various consultants. How we give 10 maximum to team leader? His or her general qualification, experience, and the regional experience. How we give general qualification? Again, we have to explain, we have to spell it out in the RFP. The team leader should have at least a master degree in whatever the engineering or the area. If so, we will give 15 marks out of 30. If something like that, various sub-criterion we can develop, okay? So I don't want to explain everything. Right, these are the other marks. You just read out if you have available this one. Evaluation of technical proposal. Correct way, 10.4, 5 similar assignment. Here, wrong, firm A, 120 similar assignments. Firm is 60 similar assignments. We don't want 100 or large number of similar experience. We must spell out at least 5 similar, 3 similar, right? If they have minimum, we'll give the maximum marks. We will not vary marks. Say one firm get 3 experience, whereas we have 3. Another firm say we have 20 experience. It doesn't mean he get multiple of 3 assignment person get. No, same marks, 3 or 20, because minimum is 3. Yeah, those are details, right? So these areas are important for you to study. Don't get more complicated things. Yeah, here this is the point I said. General yeah, sorry.
Last slide that you shown.
Which one? Which one? This one.
Technical marks.
Earlier.
Yeah.
This one?
Here, it has given 10 marks for the similar 5
similar. Yeah.
Those who have not been attend to the similar assignments are not being allocated marks.
Yeah. If you have said
my point was if those who have not obtained marks for respective assignments, sometimes there may be a probability to get selected because of getting maximum marks of other criteria what they have declared.
Correct.
The thing is, do we have provisions to reject because of the not getting any similar assignments?
Yeah. Correct. You are very correct. So this is like our pre-qualification criteria, no? Experience, technical and financial. We say each criteria you must get at least 50%. Right? If you get 0 for that area, you will not be selected. Yeah, very intelligent question you ask, but you have to check. You have to check how we can treat. Yes, yeah. So supposing these only 10 marks, no, 10 points. If even though they won't get 10, they will be selected without similar experience. No, that is your point.
Yes, sir. Yes, exactly right.
Yeah, but exactly you must check in a practical RFP whether we have put each criterion consultant should get at least minimum 50%. At least minimum. That means if get less than 50%, they will be rejected. I can't remember that. That is a good question you asked, but I am not very sure without checking the document. Okay, please check that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, no, that's a good question, but I can't give a straight answer for that. This one, I said the team leader, if PhD, 5 marks, master 3 marks, bachelor science 2 marks. No. So if we have put the minimum qualification is a basic degree, we say we give 5 marks. All people get 5 marks, but more than that, sometimes we can, if necessary, otherwise we can, irrespective of the master's or PhD, same marks, because minimum qualification is given. Normally, as is mentioned correctly, correct way is don't give different marks for PhD, whereas you have put the BSc degree is the minimum qualification, right? Because this is unfair by others, no? But if you have spelled out in the RFP, that is okay. But normally, we will not give the sub-criterion disclosed in the RFP. Therefore, C is correct, right? If you want minimum. If you say we have a master's, 5, otherwise 0. Got that? We say minimum master's, we give 3 marks, maximum 5 marks. Minimum. If they have mentioned minimum masters, those who have got team leader with basic degree, can they get marks? 0. Right? A person, one consulting firm has introduced a PhD man. Then he get the maximum marks, 5. Another firm get the minimum qualification, masters. Then they get 3 marks. You got the point? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, the minimum technical, always technical score required to pass is 75 here. Not the total marks. Again, I'm telling technical. Okay? Right? Yes, he has given technical score 80, financial 20, technical score 72, 80, 77, 88, weighted 57, 64, 61, 68, rank 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's how they have calculated. We also got. Okay, then we can calculate the total marks. I don't know whether minimum technical is given here. Now all got more than 70 no anyway. Right? All got more than 70. It's okay. You also know how to get the combined marks. Then the total 57 plus 20 is 87, 77 something. This is 88. This is something. This is something 99. Yeah, financial amount. What is this? Financial amount, not the score. Huh? Sorry. Score you have to calculate. Okay, sorry. Here, we have done that. You can just concentrate this also. Here, 72. Once we weighted to 80, 57. Weighted to 80, 64. Okay. Okay. The financial 20, he get 20 maximum. 20 out of 20. 24, 16. 28, 14. 31, 12. The combined marks, 57 plus 20, 77. 64 plus 16, 80 something. 61 plus 14, 60, 75 something, yes. 68 plus 12, 80 something. Who is this man is the rank number 1. He has got highest technical also. But get another person, 77. Yeah, 77. Yeah, good point. He has got technical point 77, but he is rank number 4. Whereas technical point 72, rank number 3. That means cost also has a impact. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Now clear everything? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So as another example, what is this? Quality and cost base again. What is the difference between? You can check. 1, 2. Is there difference between this one? Here. Here F68 plus 1280, rank number 1. Here what happened? 68 different prices. Yes, different prices, I think, this example. 20, 24, 28, 31. You see, 20, 20, same, 32. Here is 32. 31. 31. This is 32. Because of 1 million, they have lost the job. So this man is 24, get the highest combined score. Okay, this is a good example you can study. Okay, everybody happy? Hello?
We happy if
Yes.
it is given.
Okay, you talk to your management. Method of selection we discuss. Negotiation we'll discuss again. The negotiation will be held at the date and address indicated in the data sheet. So data sheet is in the RFP with the consultant representative who must have written power of attorney to negotiate and sign a contract. In consultancy, similar to other things, whoever comes should have the power of attorney to negotiate and sign the contract on behalf of the consulting firm. The client shall prepare minutes of negotiation. After the negotiation, client will prepare a minute that are signed by both, right? Availability of key staff. The invited shall confirm the availability of all, including the proposal, as a prerequisite to the negotiation applicable. A replacement according to information to consultant 12, failure the keys expert available may result in the rejection of the proposal and the client proceeding to negotiate the contract next rank. So that is a very important point. Normally, they put best people in the RFP. They are CV, good CVs. They put. Sometimes they don't know whether their CVs are attached and given to some client. They don't know. I mean, even your CV may be attached as a qualification for the consultancy, but sometimes you don't know. Some firm they do. When after selection they say no, he is not available, can we replace? That is what he said. All CVs given should confirm their availability. Otherwise, you can reject that firm. If we replace, that second man should have the similar qualification and experience or higher. Okay, otherwise firm will be rejected. Technical negotiation. The negotiation include discussions of terms of reference. The proposed, those are the points. So under negotiation, there are various points we can discuss. One thing is TOR and methodology. Client's input. That means what client give various facilities. The special condition of the contract, various things are there. I mean, special condition, contingency, provision, various arrangement. Finalizing the description of services part of the contract. So consultant should be very clear their outputs, what client expect. This discussion shall not substantially alter the original scope, or that's what they say. Okay. So this part I have no time to read out, but you can, I don't know whether it's available or not, but financial negotiation. The negotiation include the technical negotiation and financial negotiation. There are two. That earlier I discussed technical. The negotiation include the clarification of the consultant tax liability. in the client country and how it should be reflected in the contract. So their tax liability. If the selection method includes cost as a factor in the evaluation, the total price stated in the final proposal for a lump sum shall not be negotiated. I said earlier also, under QCBS and lease cost, fixed budget. Three things we consider the cost as a fact. But QBS, quality-based selection, single source selection, and consultants qualification selection, we have not considered the cost factor. Therefore, we can negotiate the financial. Please keep in your mind or note down what are the methods financial negotiation possible, what are the method financial generally not possible. In the case of time-based contract, lump sum contract like that, unit rate negotiation shall not take place. So unit rate means consultant's remuneration, except when the offered key staff and non-key staff remuneration rates are much higher than the typical charge rates by consultant, except under exceptional situation, because we have allocated, say, 1 million per a key professional, whereas they have charged 1.5. In such a situation, we can negotiate their remuneration rate also than the typically charged rates by consultant in similar contract. In such case, the client may ask, not always shall, may ask for the clarification, and if the fees are very high, ask to change the rates after consultation with the bank. The bank means funding agent. The format for one, providing information on remuneration rate in case quality-based selection and various, okay, you can just go through that. Technical negotiation, as we mentioned earlier, the negotiation include discussions of terms of reference, the proposed methodology, the client's input, all things we discussed earlier. Contract, I don't want to comment much on the contract. I have given enough stuff. Then go to Christy Pereira's one. Christy Pereira's negotiation is here. You got it or not? You can see or not?
Can see, sir.
Yes. Negotiation, award of contract, and supervising. Negotiation, of course, the same thing he has also mentioned, but we'll go through a little bit of supervising consult, because once we recruited consultants, there should be a arrangement in the client organization to supervise them. Otherwise, they will come and go. We will not get the expected professionalism. Negotiation, award of contract, I don't want to talk because time is limited. You just go through with Mr. Christopher Raswan. So I think he has given more information about the negotiation. What are the points he has discussed? You can go through, because negotiation part is also important in consultancy contract, because it's a different. Not like works goods contract, we have very limited scope of negotiation, but consultancy is always a matter of negotiation, but there are some limits. Item subject to negotiation, he has mentioned. Limitation, limits of negotiation. Again, some limitations are given. So technical score cannot be changed. Ranking cannot be changed because of the negotiation. That cannot be done. Fundamental changes to TOR is not allowed. Evaluation criteria specified in the procurement document, select method of the process cannot be changed. No negotiation. So those are things. Do not engage in price bargaining for selection of quality base. I said, do not engage in price bargaining of selection was quality-based selection, reasonable market price. Yeah, that is also there. Reasonable market price. So I think this presentation contains a lot of points related negotiation, technical and financial. You can go through and be ready for a question if you get at least a short question. I don't know, we'll see. So these are the, and again, he has also mentioned about the different types of consultancy contract, time-based contract, reimbursable. Yeah, this one. I said consultancy contract also has a provision for contingency. Reimbursable. I mean, contingency expense and contingency. Reimbursable expenses, because in addition to the remuneration, consultant can reimburse their expenses, right? Those are critical for accurate budgeting, preventing cost overruns, and ensuring transparency and expenditure. Clear definition avoid disputes during contract execution. Foreign funding agency with World Bank ADP always, whatever, that's okay. Points for negotiation. Reimbursable. Define exactly what constitute a reimbursable expenses. Set clear limits, because we should give clear limits. For example, cash allowance, they are traveling, and there are various other services. We give a ceiling. They cannot claim more than. Costs directly incurred by the consultant in carrying out the assignment but are separate from the professional fees. Those are the reimbursables. Those are travel expenditure. For example, travel expenditure. So traveling expenditure, especially round trip, air trip, cost, if you have put a ceiling, then those are subject to reimbursable. Accommodation, because hotel accommodation, based on the star, cost may be different. Per diem, daily cash allowance, per diem rate following government guidelines, use of economy class air travel, you see. Communication, report, printing of office rent. Yeah, that is another thing. If the client is not given office accommodation, consultant has to rent a building. So those are reimbursables if dedicated for the project. Equipment, vehicle rental, software, various things are there. Consultant job is very costly one. Again, I'm telling you. Must be supported by a real cost estimate and require actual receipt of all. So when they claim, they have to submit actual receipt to the client. Then only we reimburse. Clarify limits, taxes, and required document. So taxes, normally foreign consultants, we cannot charge their income tax, because they have to pay their income tax from their country, right? So, but VAT and all they have to pay. Those are things. Sri Lankan example. Discuss how local per diem rates as per government circular in Sri Lanka might be used as a benchmark for negotiating per diem for local travel. So in Sri Lanka, our establishment code, we have given some very low rates, but those are subject to negotiate. Contingency expenses, I said, like variations. Contingencies, a percentage of fixed amount included in the contract to cover unforeseen cost. That's what we allocate some contingency provision in our works contract also, or minor changes in scope. If we change the, physical contingency and price contingency, there are two contingencies that arise during project implementation. Once we implement the project, there may be, we also change the scope a little bit. Okay, not 5-day training, we need 10-day training. Not one training program, we need 2 training programs, something like that. Then the cost will be increased. That is physical contingency. Require formal contract amendment. Then we have to amend the contract also based on the negotiation. Negotiate the percentage or amount of contingency, typically 5 to 10% of the consultancy contract. Normally, we also have 10%. As crucially, define the conditions under which contingency fund can be utilized and the approval process required from the client. So that crucially define the conditions under which contingency funds can be utilized. So in the condition of contract, in the special condition, we should give the approving process of the contingency fund, contingency expenditure. Contingencies are not a slush fund for a consultant. They must be approved before you. That is not taken for granted. That has to be approved by the client. Emphasis that approval for contingency use often require explicit client permission. Yeah. So those points are very important, I see, as regard to negotiations. More stuffs are given by Mr. Christy Pereira. There are two sections of contract: general condition, as you know, the special condition or data sheet. General condition clauses are often standard but may require tailoring using the data sheet. You all know that. General condition we don't touch. Whatever we want to write, we write on the special condition or data sheet. Special condition clauses are project specific provision tailored to the assignment project. Okay. Both party involved legal. Okay, all are important. Clear condition mitigate risk and dispute. Dispute also you have to include in the conditions of contract. Key negotiation area, again he has mentioned governing laws. All laws applicable in the country is applicable to concern. Dispute resolution, yeah, that is important. Mechanisms for resolving disagreements if it is not amicably settled, or mediation or arbitration on QAD, specifying the venue, example arbitration center in Colombo, often governed by UNCITRAL, International Chamber of Commerce. For international consultants prefer UNCITRAL, ICC, whatever we have mentioned in our condition. So those are maybe if you have put arbitration provision in local, they propose the provision should be UNCITRAL or ICC. Intellectual property rights, that is important. Because once they have done their professional work, that work is belong to the client. Clarifying ownership of the deliverables, reports, software or data, because these consultants cannot reuse this data or report to another assignment during some period, during this assignment, this is a significant point for client, especially for studies or systems design. They have system design and give it to another firm, another country within a very short period of time. Usually owned by the client, yes, unless otherwise agreed. Liabilities and indemnities, I said the insurance policy. Defining responsibility for damages or losses and protection against legal claims. Insurance, requiring the consultant to hold professional indemnity, general liability, or other relevant insurance. That is for consulting firms, cover their professional fee or consultancy fee by an indemnity, professional indemnity. Confidentiality also important clause, establishing strict rules regarding the handling of sensitive client consultant information. Yeah. Now, when we work with consulting firm, some sensitive information we'll have to give to the consultant. So we have to put some clause in the conditions, confidential clause. If they disclose that, legal action can be taken against the consulting firm. Force majeure, that is unforeseen situation, the event beyond reasonable control, like act of God or whatever various unforeseen situation, that's called force majeure, that may excuse non-performance, because consultants cannot perform due to force majeure. There should be some excuse to the consultant for non-performance. Termination clause, always client can terminate, like our normal for both parties. Conditions under which either party can terminate the contract, mutual agreement, or force majeure and financial implication. Various points are there for termination. Suspension of service, allowable in case of non-payment or major breach. If client will not pay, consultant will suspend their work, right? And or either party breach of contract, maybe suspension. Okay, those are example you can. Okay, that's all I can discuss. Christy Pereira's one and Suneta I discuss. This is my presentation on salient features of the guideline. Can you see this one?
Yes, sir, we can see.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
the point is I plan another presentation allocated to Mr. Anuralohugamge on ADB and World Bank, but I came to know that he has not covered that area, World Bank and ADB. But I sent an email to Nanduni, your coordinator officer, regarding that. But anyway, your assignment is on that. I have requested you to study all three donor guidelines with our NPA guideline. However, I found there's no presentation given by the officer, the lecturer, though I have planned to disclose that World Bank and ADB at least. He has given some introductory lecture. Anyway, so salient features of the guideline, you will get all stuff I have explained. But there are minor differences if you compare World Bank, ADB, and JBIC. I am going through your assignments. Some people have studied well and answered. Some people not studied well and just touch the very simple areas, and that is not expected from participants, because once the assignment is given, you have to work hard. You have to study, I said, all three guidelines, ADB, World Bank, and JBIC, and compare and contrast with our one. At least changes. For example, I said the latest guideline. Some people didn't understand what do you mean by the latest. The World Bank has issued different versions, 2013 or 17, but latest 25 or this year. It doesn't matter but much. Some people have touched the latest one. Some people have not studied, and maybe they have just say same to NPA. But if you study, for example, World Bank, we say single source selection, but the latest World Bank guidelines say direct selection. Some people have understood, some participants have understood and studied, and they have mentioned in their assignment. So that is the meaning, compare and contrast. So we have mentioned 6 methods. Is that the same word they use, World Bank, ADB, JBIC? Actually, JBIC has not used the least cost fixed budget methods. Many people have understood that and they have studied. Okay, and various other aspects are there. I'm telling you, as not for your exam purpose. So if you are studying this master program, I said download all guidelines, latest guideline, keep in your resource center, and you should be familiar with all 4 guidelines, at least World Bank, ADB, and government guideline. JBIC also important, but we have more projects under World Bank and ADB now. So if you happen to work in a World Bank project or ADA project, if you are not familiar with their guidelines, even after following the master program, it is not a good thing. That's what I have mentioned, that compare and contrast all guidelines. So unfortunately, the resource person has not covered, but you can study, self-study the guideline. That is not very complex, right? So I don't want to comment on much on this area. If you have any question only, you can ask under chapter by chapter. Right. Here the same marks they have used here. Methodology 2250, very high. And star 3260. You see, all others are not very important. 1, 2, 3, maximum 10 marks. So you should be able to spell it out how we can, give marks for methodology and give marks for staff. And all others are important. And the evaluation. Evaluation of proposal in chapters 8, financial proposal. This is the formula, financial score, financial minimum into F. Then you can calculate how the score come up. This is the combined score, SF into T, 80 or whatever, plus SF into P. Okay, 20 or something. So this is very important, right? Keep in mind this one. Combined marks, this we can get the financial marks. So this guideline, if you refer, you can learn much. Award of contract, this is the authority limit, authority highest level cabinet, ministry level, department level, and project level. I said there are 4 levels. Now these all guidelines, no? So that's why we must study the latest World Bank guideline. They have included a lot of new changes like appeal process. Appeal process is not there in our guideline, earlier guideline, but it is important. Database for, okay. Type of contract, as we discussed, 5 types, right? All other things we discuss under this thing. When I have, I don't want to discuss Anura's one because it doesn't contain information as I expected. You see, he just give us some introduction of what is consultancy and all. I didn't expect from him to give same thing we discussed in my introductory part. This is not expected from that one. Okay, I don't want to discuss that. Then selection process, number 5 I discuss. Can you see this? Now this is planning and process, consultancy planning, various master plan. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. We discuss plans, different plans, consultant service. We discuss high value consultancy, more than 5 million, 500 million. We have given another format with bank finance. So all things are, this I gave a project typical PAD document extract, project appraisal document. PAD means project appraisal document. Whereas you can see, say consultancy service only one, QCBS, there is a prior review. Then you have to fill this format, prior review everything properly. Right, this is the method, choice of. This is the point we discussed. Choice of different method based on various information, right? Their nature, size, complexity, likely impact of the assignment, technical and financial consideration. Therefore, necessary to carefully define the assignment, particularly to objective and scope. So, when we select a different method, whether we use QCBS, QBS, it depends. Here, I have given various methods. So, you can visit this presentation again under different methods. What are the points we must consider and the process, at least not all the evaluation process, I said, step by step. I have given flowcharts also. I don't want to read it again. Least cost must be very clear the different evaluation criteria. Say, what is the quality-based selection method? How we select consultant? QCBS, how we select? Least cost, how we select? Fixed budget, how we select? Consultant qualification, how we select? And single source selection. I think this is very clear. You can understand different. These are the example we discuss here. A, B, C, D, whereas the cutoff mark is minimum score is 75. Say all firms are qualified. Yeah, this firm is reject. This firm reject because less than 70. Out of which, under fixed budget, we discussed that. Budget is 180 and this will be rejected. Even though budget is disclosed, he put 180, will be rejected. Under fixed budget, we select this man because his quality marks is 85. We discuss all this. Sometimes, I'm not sure, you will be given a case study like this, a small case study, and to take decisions under different methodology, how we select firm. Be prepared for that also. Not sure, I will not decide yet. So all things I have discussed very lengthy and descriptively. Selection, concern qualification, when effort is prepared, the evaluation of maybe proposal is not justified. Under what? Is a method where detailed technical finance proposals are invited. Here, detailed technical and financial invited only from selected consulting organization to only one firm to negotiate a contract. EOI shall be invited using the amplified format. So once we publish the EOI, we get their expression. Then we can shortlist. Then under this one, organize rank number 1. Yeah, consultancy organize rank number 1 will be considered. Okay, shall be requested to submit the combined technical proposal. Okay, that is the CQS method. Right. I think that is all I have done. Single source selection, only. This is the word the World Bank now use rather than single source. Direct selection. Direct selection. That is also allowed under some. And this is a very particular selection, particular type of consultant, especially to UN agents also we can use. This one. That means particular type of consult. Yeah, no, what is this? Type. Universities we can select under this. Yeah, no. Here's another one. Our guideline also mentioned. Okay, don't worry about that. University or R&D centers we can use according to our guideline. Individual consultant, I have explained. There are two types: individual consultant, single source, and competitive. You know how we can call 3 or more CVs. That's all. CV. Rather than price proposal, we can get different CVs and select. Okay. I think it is familiar. Okay. That's all I have to discuss with you today. Final one also we'll just look at. Can you see this?
Sir.
Can you see this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I discuss again the last one. EOI, advertising and shortlisting procedure, selection of individual consultant, hiring of government officials and academics. TOR, the one Sunetra Miss has given. I have given more examples. Budget estimate, I have given more case studies I have given to TOR for you to understand. You can just go through this one. Yeah, this is more important, how to develop TOR and various, okay. The estimation also I have given lengthy information. Then finally, we discuss terms of reference. Not number of TOR I have given, but I discuss only one. Okay, that's all I ought to discuss with you as a review session. Any unclear area still you have, you can discuss throughout the syllabus. Everything is clear to you? Everybody? Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then but when is your exam schedule? July?
Starting from 2nd August, sir.
This consultancy exam. This one.
Well, no,
It's the last paper in September.
as a whole exam starts from 2nd August.
2nd August, but consultancy is in September.
In the month
Final
of August.
subject will be consultancy.
Okay. No problem. We have enough time. You have enough time to study. I think it is okay. We have covered many aspects. But if we had more time, we could have discussed the term, what you call RFP also, a little bit lengthy. Nobody has covered RFP, but it is not a big issue. In our guideline and World Bank, every guideline they have mentioned the component of RFP. I have also included, and it is like a bidding document. You have to fill up the standard things. In instruction, based on instruction to consultant, you have to fill up the consultant data sheet. Based on general condition, you have to fill up the special condition. And important thing is technical and financial formats. Some templates are given. And in addition, contract types, you have to select an appropriate type and attach. Those are the things yeah.
Shall we arrange a workshop to discuss RFP just after exam?
Okay, you organize a workshop. I can do, no problem. Okay, actually, I discuss with Professor Nalin Abesekara, your dean, because I conducted a lot of workshops to other university, Colombo, based on special workshop, one-day workshops on various aspects of procurement. One thing is new procurement guidelines, right? I have discussed some, but it's a one-day workshop. We can discuss more. Another thing is bidding documents, because especially you'll have to adjust your existing document based on the guidelines. We have made a lot of changes in the guideline. For example, fraud and corruption clause should be included, and appeal process to be included, various things to be included. That means you have to adjust your bidding document. Bidding document is another area of special workshop. And if possible, procurement planning, and monitoring part, and particularly bid evaluation, bid opening evaluation, we discussed earlier, but special workshop I conduct to other people. If possible, private-public partnership workshop. There are various special areas, companies as well as government officials, those who are interested. I just mentioned to Professor Nalin to take up action. Then I am ready to conduct workshop, but not online. Better to do in person. I don't know whether you all are available but that is more effective. Online presentation also possible, but I prefer to go and do a in person. Anyway, this is my final comments on this module. Wish you all the best. And how about your other modules, the supply chain? How many modules you have covered so far? Supply chain?
In
No
this
idea.
semester, 3 subjects.
Okay. How many more modules to be covered? I think, do we have any procurement modules in the future? Optional subject also? No?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, then I will stop this presentation. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you very
sir.
much, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, everybody.